Before becoming the infamous Joker, Jack was just an ordinary man trying to make a living for himself and his pregnant wife. He had just come back from another failed comedy audition and was talking to his wife about how it went, but during their conversation, Jack had a breakdown, as he felt like his whole world was falling apart. Their rent was long overdue, a baby was on the way, and he had no idea how he was going to provide for his family. So feeling hopeless, he apologized to his wife, calling himself a useless husband. But his wife reassured him, telling him not to worry because he still made her laugh, and that was enough for her to love him. Still, Jack felt he had to do something, so he met up with some friends at a bar who were planning to rob a chemical plant. They wanted Jack to join them since he had worked there before and knew the layout, and at first Jack was hesitant, but his friends convinced him, saying the money from the robbery would be enough to give his family a better life, and they even gave him a red helmet to hide his identity and told him to wear it during the robbery, explaining that a well-known criminal called the Red Hood also wore a red mask, so if Jack wore it, people would think the crime was done by him instead. Eventually, Jack agreed, but while they were still talking about the heist, a police officer suddenly walked into the bar and asked Jack to step outside. Nervous, Jack followed him out and asked what was wrong, and that's when the officer broke the news that his wife had died in an accident while using a baby bottle heater. Jack was in shock, as he couldn't believe what he was hearing, so he stood there frozen, while the officer tried to comfort him. Eventually the officers left, and Jack tells his friends what had happened, still in shock from the news about his wife. They felt bad for him and said they would give him some time, but he still had to show up later that night for the robbery, but Jack refused, saying his wife had just died and there was no point in going through with it anymore. But his friends didn't care, so they threatened him and then left, leaving Jack alone to cry in silence. That night, they all met outside the chemical factory, and Jack put on the red helmet, but it made it hard for him to see and move properly. Things quickly went wrong, as the guards spotted them right away, and a chaotic chase began. During the escape, both of Jack's friends were shot, leaving him to run alone, but because of the helmet, he struggled to find his way around the factory. Then, out of nowhere, Batman appeared thinking Jack was the real Red Hood, so confronted him. But Jack, seeing Batman for the first time, thought he was hallucinating, so in a panic, he jumped off a ledge and fell into a pool of chemical waste, using the moment to escape by swimming to shore. But when Jack got out, something felt wrong, as his face and hands started to itch badly. He took off the helmet, looked at his reflection, and started laughing like a maniac, and that was the moment he became the Joker.